All right, guys, so I'm going to walk you through the Trig or Transform sheet, and I'm not going to walk you through the whole thing. I'm going to walk you through the first couple in each section. So for the first one, those are all just translations, okay? And so all that, so they're written like T, and then they have like 5-2 or something like that, okay? So if you remember from our section, when you have a vector in component form, like let's say this is A and this is B, then when I write my rules, this tells me that for all my x's, I'm going to add whatever A's value is. For all my y values, I'm going to add whatever B is. So if I have what's here up here at the top, then it says that for all my x, y's, I'm going to take my x, I'm going to add 5, and my y, and I'm going to add 2. So that's what we're doing in all of our translations, okay? So we're going to just get started. So the first one says plot -6, 0, and I'm going to have to make this smaller. Okay, so -6, 0 is right here, if you remember how to plot a point. Okay, let me make that a little bigger. Okay, and so -6, 0, remember when you're plotting points, your x goes first and then your y goes second, okay? So my first translation says that my x is changing by 2. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to move over 2. And then I'm going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to plot a point. And you're not going to put in all that stuff that I did. That's just how I'm showing you I moved it. I went over +2, up +3. So then I'm taking that point that I'm at right now, and I'm applying the next translation. So I go over +1, and then down -3. Okay, and again, you don't put those little markings in. Okay? And you're going to connect them. So I connect the first dot to the second dot to the third dot, and you might want to connect them as you go, because on some of the ones that are more complicated, if you don't connect them as you go, you will not know what to connect later. And this is a project score. Okay? So this is your project. It's a 50-point assignment. You need to do well on this. Okay? So then from the last point that we did, we're going to go over -3, 0. So that's going to bring us right back to where we started. And we're done with this shape. So then we cross that one off. Okay? So we move on to the next one. Next one says we start at 0, 0. So here's 0, 0. The first translation says we go over -1 and then down -2. So that's right there. Okay? And again, you don't draw in the connections. You're just now going to connect the 2 dots that you drew. Okay? So then from here, we're going to go over +2 on the x and down -1 on the y to get to here. And we're going to connect those dots up. Okay? And then it's going to lead me back to where I started. Okay? And that's the second shape. You need to be able to do the rest of these. Okay? When you get down to this one here, that R, this R means reflection. So it wants you to reflect across the y-axis. This is the y-axis here. Okay? So if I have a point, like right here, that's 1 away from the line, then my reflection is 1 away on the other line. Okay? If I have one over here that's 2 away, then I have one up here that's 2 away. Okay? And don't plot those points because I'm just making up random crap right now. But you're reflecting it across that y-axis. So you're going to go through, you're going to do this whole portion, do all those translations. It's going to make half of a mouth, and then you're going to reflect it to make the other half of the mouth. Okay? This is a Trig or Transform, so it's supposed to be Halloween themed. So everything you're making is going to be a Halloween type picture. Okay, so keep that in mind as you're going. If it's not looking like it's supposed to, then come back and take a look. I have left the answer keys with the sub. That does not mean that you come up to my desk and you just copy down everything I have. That's not how this works, okay? You may look at your picture to see if you've done something wrong and then go back and fix it, okay? This is a lengthy project. We are working on it all day today. We will have class time on Friday to work on it as well, okay? Do not worry about doing this for homework, okay? Do not do this for homework. All right, so we'll see where we're at the end of class on Friday, and it'll be okay. You are probably going to struggle through that and this, okay, that's okay. Use your friends. This is not a group assignment, so you are working on this by yourself. But just do your best. It's going to be okay. Don't stress about it, okay? There's a couple more things that I want to talk about in this, so I'm going to go ahead and move down to the next sheet, okay? So I'm going to start by plotting my first shape. So I go -5, 0. So my x is -5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. -5, 0 is right here. My translation says I go -1 and up 2. From there I go -6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 0. Oops, on this one I went the wrong way. I should have gone. That means I got to erase this one. On this one I should have gone -1 up 2, and I went +1 up 2. Here I go -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and my y doesn't change. Don't forget to connect these as you go. Then I go -2, -2, which brings me down here. And then it says I do 9 to the left and then finish it. Okay, so I've created this box here. So that's the first one for you. Okay, I just plotted all that. Okay, so you're going to go through and you're going to plot all those shapes, okay? Do not connect the different shapes to each other. Once you stop translating, they don't connect, okay? So this last thing it asks us to do is reflect that entire image. So you're going to make this whole picture, then you're going to reflect it across the line x equals -1. Well, the line x equals -1 is right here. This is x equals -1. So what you're going to do, and we have talked about this when we did translations, is if I have a point right here, I count how far away it is from my line of reflection. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 away from the line of reflection. So on the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, I should have an equal point. Up here I have one that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away on the other side. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, and then I know that from here I went over 2 and down 2, so I could actually do it that way if I wanted to as well to make my reflection. And then I'm going to connect them. Okay. Then you're going to do the next shape. If you want to do each shape at a time and then reflect it, that's fine. Or if you want to wait until you've done the entire thing and reflect it, that's also fine. I don't care. But at the end, you should have it reflected. Today when I was doing it with 4th hour, some of them thought they were just translating it over, and it's got to be a flipped version of what you start with. So, spoiler alert, you're going to end up getting a witch on this side, and it's going to reflect to this side. Okay, so see, this is a mirror. She's looking in the mirror, and so it should be her reflection. Okay. If you get to the third picture, which most of my next class got to this one or the next one, okay? You do figure 1, you stop connecting things, and then you reflect across the y-axis, okay? Then you go to the next one, connect them, stop, reflect across the y-axis, okay? Do not reflect the first figure over the side. I mean, they don't connect to each other, okay? And then here it says stop, don't connect. Do not connect figure 4 to the next one, okay? And then that'll go in here. Okay, if you get to this one, great. If you don't, also great. So if you do figure 1, okay? So figure 1 starts at -3, 2, okay? And you're going to plot all this stuff. And it says for figure 2, you're going to rotate figure 1 90 degrees. Okay, clockwise. So remember, all of our transformations are counterclockwise, normally. So if you remember correctly, a 90 degrees clockwise rotation is the same thing as a 90 degree counterclockwise rotation, or I mean a 270 degree counterclockwise. So the rule for this should be that AB becomes -BA, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to take all the points in this figure here, and you're going to do a rotation on them. So if that's the rule, then in this first rotation box, I flip them, so it becomes 2, -3, and I change the sign on the first one, so -2, -3. and then you'll plot all of that. So do your original, plot all of those, do the first rotation, plot all of those, do your second rotation, plot all of those, okay? Connect them as you go, because if you try to like just plot them, you're never gonna figure out what connects, okay? So connect them as they go. And if you're confused, then just move on to the next picture, and when I get back on Friday, I can help you with this one, okay? Do your best, have fun with it, and nobody should finish this. I had nobody in fourth hour finish it, so you guys should not be able to finish it either. So you will have time on Friday, do not stress out. And if you need anything, just ask Ms. Wild or the sub, and you guys will get it handled. All right, have a great day. See you Friday.